Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And welcome to Keep Her Quick, your latest local news and weather commercial free in about 17 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather, though, because Jefferson, not a whole lot to write home about.
No, not really. We are looking at a very typical July pattern, very calm. After getting through some of those showers and thunderstorms over the past couple of days, we are going to see 90s and sunshine return for everyone on this Wednesday, after also seeing some cooler temperatures the past couple of days as well. If you remember back, Monday was cloudy with temperatures in the 70s. Yesterday, again, there were still some spotty showers and thunderstorms lingering around with temperatures in the 80s. We are going to see sunshine for everyone today with highs into the 90s. Heading into Thursday, we are going to be heating things up by a couple of degrees, and winds are going to be turning breezy as well on Thursday. And then as we go Friday through the weekend, winds are going to stay relatively breezy, but nothing too concerning, and we are going to hold on to sunshine through the weekend as well. We'll talk more about all three of these weather headlines coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Sunnyside. A man is facing several charges related to a domestic violence incident from Sunday morning. At about 11 a.m., law enforcement officers responded to the 2300 block of Yakima Valley Highway, where a woman said her partner had guns and asked her to kill him. She had managed to get out of the house and take her baby with her, but the suspect was still inside with another child. The SWAT team was called out, but the man surrendered before the team arrived. Inside the house, officers found handguns, a rifle, and just under 12 ounces of cocaine. The man now faces charges of felony harassment, unlawful possession of a firearm, and possession of cocaine. And in Grant County, deputies made an arrest after a crime tip from the State Department of Agriculture. Arrested July 16th, the 29-year-old Innie Freda is facing several charges, including 26 counts of first-degree livestock theft, trafficking and possessing stolen property, and forgery. The man had been an employee at Royal Dairy when he sold cattle livestock owned by them at an auction. And happening today, the sentencing for Brian Koberger, the man who killed 4 University of Idaho students at an off-campus home. Koberger accepted a plea deal in the case late last month, avoiding the death penalty. He formally pled guilty July 2nd to the murders of Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogan, and Zaina Kernodle. Today, a judge sentenced Koberger to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. And in some health news, it's mosquito season, and some in Yakima County have tested positive for the West Nile virus. According to the Yakima Health Department, the mosquitoes that tested positive were collected at Hisley Park in Granger. This is the first detection of West Nile in a mosquito sample in Washington state this year. The last reported human case of West Nile in Yakima County was in 2021. It's best to protect yourself from West Nile, and it's to take steps to prevent mosquito bites, such as avoiding outside at dusk and dawn, using insect repellent, and wearing long sleeves and pants. More information on how to prevent bites is up on our website, KIMATV.com. And if you enjoy beating the summer heat in the Columbia River, you might want to take some extra precautions because the cases of swimmer's itch have been reported. Signs of swimmer's itch include a basic rash. It's the result of infected snails releasing parasites into the water that end up burrowing into people's skin, causing feelings of tingling and burning, as well as the appearance of small blisters. Health leaders say there are multiple ways you can protect yourself.
When you get out of the water, towel off. Get the water off of you that might have that parasite. Another thing, if you are at a park where there's a tap with fresh water, rinse off with some fresh water.
Now, health leaders say while swimmer's itch isn't contagious, it doesn't lead to long-term health issues. Excessive scratching may result, though, in secondary infections. And it's been a year since the Rimrock Retreat Fire, and impacts are still visible. KIMA's John Franklin took a tour of some of the areas burned by the fire and tells us how fires like these can have long-lasting effects.
The fire is only a quarter acre, but it's upslope of this pretty large structure fire. So between the intensity of the structure fire and then some munitions going off, they couldn't safely engage.
Just before the Retreat Fire, there was the Black Canyon Fire in the Weenass Valley, which also required support from many of the same resources.
Between the Black Canyon Fire and this Retreat Fire, there was a lot of long nights, folks sleeping in the dirt next to their apparatus, not meeting 2 to 1 because our communities were threatened. So just wanted to make sure they got the recognition that they deserve, because there was about a week straight or more of some folks not really going home and doing a lot of good work out here.
One of the biggest impacts of the fire was on the Yakima Tieton Irrigation Canal, an over 100-year-old piece of infrastructure which provides more water to valley farmers than the Tieton River.
And one of the first things I told Travis was, this is the hardest thing you're going to do in your working career, because you're going from running a sprint to running a marathon. Like, you just ran a 400-meter dash, and now we're going to say, okay, now go do the marathon.
Since the fire, winter repairs have given more options for the irrigation district.
So every day we have eyes on the canal. We've also installed trail cameras with cellular connection. We've deployed a very expensive Rubicon canal monitoring system that's monitoring flows in the canal all the way down the alignment. It's 12 miles long, and we've got 7 different flow stations.
Unfortunately, 4 months of winter doesn't fix environmental issues or lasting damage from boulders falling into the canal due to the fire.
We've got a steep, rocky slope to our right. That's more rock fall, talus. If you can peek up between the burned trees, there's some cliffs up there.
That our canal patrolman has documented over 2,000 leaks in that canal as of 2 days ago. That is a massive uptick compared to what we usually see.
Oakleberry mentioned multiple times that the canal is at the end of its lifespan and that it was never meant to last forever.
That critical infrastructure was at risk, and it is in bad shape right now. And so we're doing everything that we can to try to figure out how we're going to fund this replacement of that infrastructure, because it's not in good shape.
KIMA's John Franklin, thank you. Leaders with the irrigation district are looking to replace the canal, but that's estimated to cost $240 million. They will be getting $8.5 million from the state's capital budget and are hoping for more federal funding. They're also applying for grants, but they know they still have a momentous task ahead of them. And it's no secret we're in the middle of fire season, and while there are no major fires in the Tri-Cities area, a couple are contributing to an occasional smoky smell and impacting our air quality. The Burdoyne fire in the Hood River Gorge has claimed 14 homes so far and burned more than 10,000 acres. More than 200 homes are still threatened. The Red Cross has set up shelters in White Salmon on the Washington side of the river and in the Dalles on the Oregon side. And to the north, the Lake Spokane fire has prompted level 3 and 2 evacuations. Nearly 200 firefighters are working to put out the blaze. That's torched 2,300 acres so far. Leaders with the Department of Natural Resources say this one was human-caused. And we've told you about the devastating fire in Boardman that destroyed 5 homes and a food pantry. Now there are GoFundMe pages set up for those 5 families. These are some of the pictures from those GoFundMe pages. People who live in the area say it took about 30 minutes for the fire to claim the homes this past Friday evening. And while the families lost their homes, the loss of the community food pantry extends throughout the Boardman area. For more information about how to donate, you can head over to our website, KEPRTV.com. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, we're in the middle of fire season. Yes. The heat today just playing another role in the potential for fire. It's right. one of the three legs that fire danger stands on.
Yeah, absolutely. It is just hot and dry. We haven't really seen any kind of notable precipitation in some time now, a couple months at least. So we really need to have that fire safety on top of mind. Now, a piece of good news for today is that the wind won't be terribly strong, but even then, we still don't want any big time fires to start in our general viewing area. Here's a look at temperatures that we are expecting this afternoon. Highs will be returning to the 90s today after some cooler days on Monday and Tuesday. Anticipate mid to upper 90s in the Tri-Cities this afternoon, low to mid 90s for the Yakima Valley today, upper 80s to low 90s in the Kittitas Valley, with daytime highs in the low to mid 90s for the Blue Mountain foothills, as absolutely everybody will be looking at sunshine overhead on this hump day. Now, the one potential obstruction to sunshine today will be some light haze and smoke. In fact, you can see that throughout this afternoon, the haze and smoke projection is keeping us in this kind of light blue color. That means that we're not anticipating anything too terrible. I am not anticipating any kind of very poor air quality, but some light haze and smoke will be visible in the sky today and even into tomorrow. Since we are in the heart of fire season, I would say you should just kind of count on light haze and smoke concerns to persist. Light haze and smoke at very least. Now, in terms of those winds, I already mentioned it. Today is going to be a pretty light wind day around the region. It is as we go into tomorrow, though. Winds are going to start to increase. We could see gusts as high as 25 miles per hour on Thursday for the Tri-Cities and Yakima, gusts up to 30 miles per hour on Thursday for Walla Walla and Pendleton, with 40-mile-per-hour gusts potentially in Ellensburg. So light wind for today, some gustier conditions on Thursday. And as we take a look at the next 2 days after today, Thursday is actually going to be much warmer than today, with most of us in the mid to upper 90s. So you add in that wind, we will be facing heightened fire danger on Thursday that you will have to keep in mind. By the time we get to Friday, though, winds are going to stay breezy, but we are going to be looking at slightly lighter or slightly cooler temperatures on Friday than we will be looking at on Thursday. I can say that we will keep sunshine through the weekend. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but for right now, I'm going to toss it back over to Dave.
Thanks, Jefferson. A new pilot program to improve public safety throughout the Atomic City is officially underway. City leaders say mobile security cameras will be set up later this week at several parks and high-trafficked areas, including Claybell Park, Badger Mountain Community Park, and the Uptown Shopping Center parking lot. The goal, to deter criminal activity and to help Richland police identify suspects a lot faster.
Street racing, vandalism, so that's particular to the parks, and as well in the Uptown, we're seeing activity as far as theft, illegal dumping, that sort of thing.
Now, city leaders say after 1 year, they'll evaluate the pilot program's effectiveness and consider making the security units a permanent feature. A toddler in Toppenish is a candidate for Hasbro's Toddler of the Year. KIMA's Aiden Connor spent time with the family and tells us about the prestigious award.
The first 3.5 years of Wild Owens Jr.'s life have been far from conventional.
Wild was extremely premature. When he was born, he was 1 pound, 14 ounces, and he's come a long way. He's had many surgeries. But he's so resilient. He bounces right back from everything that he's gone through. He's gone through many head surgeries. They didn't know for a while if he was going to make it. So, I mean, he's a fighter.
Yeah. A shunt on his head for a ventricular burst, hip dysplasia, and cerebral palsy, Wild Jr. has been through more than your average toddler.
For me, he's a good fighter. I mean, he's lived through the expectations, you know, and from what the doctors tell us, he's still going.
Through the birth of Wild Jr. also came the loss of his sister-to-be.
He's a surviving twin. We lost his sister, but he's a surviving twin, and she made him stronger, I believe.
Despite the hardship, Wild Jr. lives every day with immense joy and is not too fazed by his condition.
Every day, as soon as he gets up, you know, he has a smile on his face. Nothing bothers him.
He has become a seasoned percussionist and has been working on the vocals as well.
He loves to drum. He loves to make any kind of noise, especially drumming and singing with his dad. He likes to just be silly, play with his sisters, bother his sisters.
His presence in the lives of his family is everything they could ask for.
I feel blessed. I feel blessed because he's a twin. I didn't get to see his twin sister, but I feel blessed, very blessed to have him here.
Toddler of the Year honors would be just the beginning of Wild Owens Jr.'s legacy and a testament to his strength and resilience. Reporting for Action News, I'm Aiden Connor.
Vote for Wild Jr.
KIMA's Aiden Connor, thank you. Now, voting runs through July 31st. We have information on how you can vote for Wild Jr. up on our website, KIMATV.com. There's some good news for folks looking for a way to cool off in Benton City. Leaders have announced plans are underway for their first ever splash pad. Currently, Benton City doesn't have a city pool, just a river to swim in. The city leaders say this project took years to get approved, but thanks to the 2024 Park Development Grant, they are now able to put together a plan.
I'm excited that we're able to bring something into the city that they've been asking for a long time. Excited for the growth and the opportunities it provides. It's in a good neighborhood, and there's a lot of folks around the area that I think will be able to use it and enjoy it. So I'm really happy about what we're able to bring to the city.
Now, city leaders are hoping to open the splash pad next summer. In addition to the splash pad, the city received a grant for a new sidewalk along the elementary and high school. This is going to make kids feel safer getting to school. As we learn about the dates for these projects, we'll provide them to you. And finally, the Tri-City Water Follies are back this weekend, one of the biggest events in the city. It's kicking off tomorrow night with a free meet and greet. Several boats and their crews will be off Columbia Center Boulevard and Columbia Park Trail at the Apollo Mechanical Training Center, giving you the chance to see the hulls up close. It's possible some drivers might even be there for autographs and photos.
A lot of people don't get to experience what it's like to be up close to the hydroplanes unless you have a pit pass and unless you have a hot pit pass. So basically this is an event where we get the experience of getting to see the hydroplanes before they get to the water, and you can come talk to the crews and say hi.
Now, once again, it is free and you're encouraged to stop by from 4 to 6 p.m. tomorrow. And that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeper Quick. For more local news and weather, you can head over to our websites, Keeper and KIMATV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody.